4 minutes past 9, Wednesday night. It's the 26th of March. I'm being serious tonight. Normally I'm having a lot of fun and saying silly stuff like 26th of March, something like that. But tonight, no, I'm going to do this properly. Tonight, joining me, 2/3 of arguably the UK's first and most successful R&B group. They formed in the early 90s, and in under 10 years, they garnered multiple Brit nominations, sold over 10 million records, and in 1997 had, I think, the most played song on European radio. Am I right?
Yeah.
I'm right. I can't believe that. Normally I'm very wrong. Of course, I'm talking to the lovely Easther and Vernie Bennett, a.k.a. Eternals in the building here.
Good evening.
It's lovely to sit down both with you. You know, it's been so many years. I guess we've been kind of like ships at the night.
That's right.
We know a lot of the same people.
Yep.
We've probably been to a lot of the same places. But we've never actually sat down and had a conversation. So it's lovely.
Tonight,
Thanks for inviting us. Yeah.
So listen, because we've never had this conversation, I want to take you way back.
Let's not talk about age, though.
No, we're not talking about age.
Okay.
We're not going to go into age.
It's hard for me.
Let's just imagine, okay, it's the early 70s.
Okay.
You two are nippers running around
Literally.
in your parents' house. I want to know, what is the Eternal household like? Tell me, is it music? Is it lots of family? What's going on?
Lots of eating, lots of messing around, lots of karate, watching karate movies, lots of fighting, lots of playing drums, music, creating music.
Okay, so a musical family then.
Very.
Absolutely.
Talk to me. Where does it all come? Is it mum? Is it dad? Who is it?
Both, yeah. Mum and dad, yeah. They're very vocal, singing, and growing up in a sort of gospel background,
Right.
you just had to have music in your bones.
So you at church on Sunday?
At church on Sunday.
In your best dress.
In the best dress. The hair is slick. Yeah, the tights are on. Yes. The fluffy skirts are on too.
And who would you say was the taskmaster? Was it mum or was it dad, or was it just a family thing?
Oh, that'd be my older sister. Well, when it comes to singing and music and stuff, my oldest sister. We used to have to do it. Do you know, I heard the Jacksons actually explain it, and I was like, that's us. Where they had to do rehearsals and you had to stand and we'd sing for hours, and she really put us through our paces. That was my sister Judith. Absolutely.
Doing warm-ups or just straight in there hard?
Straight in there hard. What was warm-ups? Learned that afterwards. Oh yeah, that's what I'm supposed to do with my voice before. Yeah.
And kind of what songs were on the sort of the playlist at home?
Walk in Jerusalem, sing in Jerusalem, oh yeah, oh in Jerusalem when I die, oh yeah, Lord knows I'm walk in Jerusalem, sing in Jerusalem, in Jerusalem. Mahalia Jackson, staple sister, yeah.
Okay, so straight up gospel, nothing else, no
Famous
secular.
Cleveland.
Well, on a Saturday you had Soul Train.
Okay.
So we woke up for that, and we couldn't wait for that to come on and start dancing to all the stuff, and Cameo, Temptations. I love that.
And as by chance, I happen to have a little bit of that in the background.
Oh my days.
Go for it.
So let's take you right back, 1984, Goldie Records, from the album Truly For You. It's the Temptations and Treat Her Like a Lady. I have the wonderful Eternal in the building tonight, people. My soul, you're in for a treat. They're here for at least an hour or so. One of the Temptations, Treat Her Like a Lady. The kind of music you might have heard in the Eternal household in the 70s and the early 80s. Any personal favourites you can kind of really, truly remember, like getting the hairbrush moment too?
God.
Because I heard you off air singing parts of the Temptations there as well. Come on, you was hitting those notes.
So, do you know when you say to someone, "What's your favourite tracks?" and you just like think you can't even
blank.
You blank out.
Exactly.
Yeah, so many.
Exactly. And then Vernie and I just thought of the Junior song.
Yiscum.
My
mama used to say,
"Don't take your time, young man." My mama used to say, "Don't you rush to get home." There's tunes.
So many.
tunes. And most of the people that we admire and we've listened to growing up, for example, Al Green, they've all also come from a church background. And so that's where we got our influences from. And it just stems from there. Your Whitney Houston, your Aretha Franklins, they've all come from that era.
And out of that list of, legends from that period, did you ever get to meet any?
Whitney Houston.
Yeah.
And what happened?
Almost fell over. So the girls have always known.
Were you starstruck?
Of course. What can I? To the extent where the girls are shoving me in close to Whitney, like, we know you want to be right next to her, Esther, so get in there. But I'm like so sheepishly walking close to her. So we were asked to sing for the Sultan Brunei's daughter, and we did that obviously years ago, and Whitney was also on the bill at the same time. So it was a case of us being able to meet her and take pictures with her. And as I said, literally the girls just pushed me in and I snuggled close into her for my picture.
Did you manage to talk?
Yes.
And?
Don't ask me what I said. I don't even know if I knew what I was saying at the time. But someone's I've idolized for a very long time.
Did you get the picture though?
Oh, yeah,
definitely.
absolutely.
Okay.
Lock that in.
What about you, Vernie? Did you have that moment as well?
I would have loved to have met, I think, Anita Baker. That's a massive fan. Kind of how I shaped my voice around. That's what I listened to. Esther was more Whitney. I was more Anita Baker. No, I didn't get to meet her though. But yeah, who knows? She's still out there knocking boots. So who knows?
You never know what might happen.
Exactly.
You might need some friends in high places.
In it.
Higher places.
Let's keep rubbing.
Okay, I'm going to tell everyone in advance of you guys coming in, I asked you to supply me a list of records, and I kind of gave you a few pointers.
Yes.
I didn't want to say what to play, but I just said, suggest some tracks.
Yes.
And you put one particular song in, and I was like, whoa, this is like one of my favorites from this artist.
Oh, wow.
So congratulations to you. You've got me on a winner straight away.
Which one was it?
We're going back to 1987, Jive Records. The album was her 5th studio album, produced by Timmy Allen, who used to work with Atlantic Star, Change, High Five, and Joe, Britney Spears, and even Backstreet Boys.
Wow.
This is Vanessa Bell Armstrong.
Oh.
Okay.
And one of my all-time favorites from her, a track called Pressing On. Strong and Pressing On. Now, you spoke briefly about Soul Train.
Yes.
And music, that used to be from that era. I don't know about you. I know you guys were really into the singing. I was much more about the dancing. I wasn't a singer. I like to...
Watching the flares.
Yeah, I used to drop a little move here and there. And in fact, I had an older brother and he used to make me dance for his friends.
Oh, no.
So certain records, he was like, okay, you do this now, you do that. And they'd have me dancing in front of them.
You clearly were really good though.
I was okay.
You're on point.
I was okay. I could do the splits.
Oh,
Yeah.
that's far from okay.
Yeah.
I could do this. And then when
got back up again.
When breakdancing came in, I could actually break dance and do certain...
And you never mash up your head either.
No,
Yeah.
I used to, you know that thing where you hold your leg and you jump through it?
Oh, really?
I could actually do that.
I couldn't do that.
Yeah.
Okay. I dropped to my knees when I tried that one.
Yeah, it trust me, it
few
took a few times. Persistence. It was either persistence or a broken nose.
Oh gosh.
So, were you guys into the dancing as well, or was it all about the singing?
No, definitely the dancing as well, and the routines and the ska music. Literally, it's the outfits. Oh my God, the outfits that they put on and the long collars,
The
like
long
vampire neck collars.
Helicopters.
Yeah.
Helicopter
And
collars.
you just mentioned the word ska and the outfits, and it kind of reminded me of another song that you've selected, which we're going to come straight back to after this.
This is my soul.
Actually, when this record dropped, and I remember the original. Remember the original?
No.
Pastor Cucci?
Oh, no.
Yeah.
I'm now going to go look that one up.
Yeah, Pastor Dutchy. Pastor Dutchy was the nice...
The version.
Yeah.
Yeah, but the original was about, smoking the...
Ooh.
Yeah.
I'm going to go look at that up now.
We'll pass on that as well then.
So listen, I like I said, I was about... I don't know, I must have been about 13, 14 when that song dropped. And it was quite a big moment.
Yeah.
I remember thinking my God, I don't think I've ever seen any young black British people on TV like that.
Trust me.
Now,
True.
I think you guys are slightly younger than me. I'm pretty sure you are. You look it anyway. Life
He's been very
saying
nice.
nothing.
Life has treated you
Very
better
nice.
Life has treated you better than it's treated me. So I think that if if you were even younger than me, were you seeing that on the TV as well?
Yeah.
Was that like your first experience?
It was kind of
like,
a cool song to sing, and at
was
school.
new, it was
Yeah,
fresh.
yeah.
Nothing like it out
Did it
there.
inspire you to think we could do that one day?
Absolutely.
I don't know about that.
Absolutely. It was a group of black boys on stage.
In that sense, yes.
Yeah,
Yeah.
absolutely. I can't even think of a youth and the type of music they were singing, and it's patois, and it was fun.
It was cool.
fresh.
It's
Yeah.
hip.
Who else, was on the TV that you thought that could be me one day? Or did you have a moment where you was like, I want to do that?
Wow. That was me all the way through. We used to, in our basement where we used to live, in Croydon, we're Croydon girls, where we used to live, our house was quite a few stories, and we had a basement, and me, my brother and S, we used to go down there. He'd be on the drums, I'd be on the keyboards, Esther be on the vocals, and we'd all do the harmonies, and that's where we wrote a number of the songs actually that you'll find on the B-sides on our first album, which is really interesting. But I was very much, right, we're definitely going to be in the music industry, blah, blah, blah. We used to record them on little cassettes. They don't have them now. A lot of people don't even know what a cassette is.
No, if they're listening to my soul, there's a good chance they do.
We used to record them on cassettes.
We remember.
And then I used to walk
remember
around.
trying to wind them up with a pen.
Oh, yes. Yeah, and sticking together.
When they unraveled.
Yeah. Editing. I know, right? Yeah, I used to take it round to all the labels and say, can you play our song? Can you play our song? And it was the rawest material that you would get. But I always knew we'd be here.
So I want to take you back to that moment where there's a rumour, an urban legend, that you guys got discovered in a club, in a nightclub.
Yeah.
Singers nightclub,
yeah.
Come tell me about this story.
So I used to sneak out at night. So my mum's a nurse when we were younger, so she'd be out at 8. As soon as my girl left the house, that's me.
Why?
Just jump, throw off the clothes and put your party clothes on, and I'm gone.
How old were you at this point?
And I was like 17, 18.
Okay.
Yeah.
So you were close to the legal age of being allowed to go out on your own.
Yeah. Well, not in my mum's eyes, but yeah. There was no legal age.
You're
You're under
still-
my roof.
You're probably still not allowed.
In it, them ones. So she was gone. I was gone. Up to town. And used to go
when
to
you say
writers'
uptown, you were living in Croydon. Are you talking about
London.
Brixton?
London.
Are you talking about central London?
Central London.
That's a long old journey.
Yeah. Trust me, when you have to get back on
Night
a
bus.
night bus, them ones.
There you go.
Yeah. And you need to get back before 8 o'clock before my
gets
curfew
in.
is over.
And look like you've slept.
That's right. And not pushing the key the same time as my mum's pushing the key. So, yeah, so occasionally I would be doing that, and then it was like trying to get V to do the same thing and come out with me, but she was like, no. And eventually she broke the mold and came out.
Yeah.
That's when she met Dennis as well. And it just kind of went from there. But yeah, it was just those sneaky nights that got us to where we are now.
And which nightclub do you remember meeting Dennis? Because Dennis was your manager back then, right? Or was it your label? I can't remember now.
Both.
Yeah.
Manager and label. Okay.
Yeah.
So Dennis was in a nightclub. Which nightclub was it?
So it
Do
was
you remember?
went to one Zenons, and you had singers as
It
well.
was singers though.
We went to those ones. Yeah.
It's obviously a popular choice. So you met Dennis, and what did he tell you? Okay, I run a label. I'm a manager, or what actually happened?
So go on, V.
No, well, he actually approached me and said, I'm from Polydor, blah, 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 blah. Come and see me. And I looked at Esther it's like, yeah, right. Yeah, right. But he just was quite persistent, actually, to the point where it was like, okay, we went down to his label and actually met him in the office. We weren't meeting him anywhere else. And we went, okay, this is kind of legit. And we met the other two girls somewhere down the line after that.
Yep.
And here we are. Yeah.
And the rest, as they say, is history.
History.
I think this next song is kind of apt in title as well, where we talk about the rhythm of life.
Yeah.
Yes.
This is, of course, a letter Adams from 1990, Fontana Records, and The Rhythm of Life. Now, off air, the girls were just talking, and they were saying about how, Esther likes all the big, crazy singers that rip vocals.
Blow me out now.
Well, hey, listen, look, you have the voice to deliver it, so I understand.
Thank you.
And Vernie, you were saying about how you like the more chill vibes.
That's right.
That's right.
And it's true, like your music,
Reflects
selections
that.
reflect it. That's very true. And it is very much like yin and yang. And I love that. So I think you should introduce this next song, because this is an artist who you just said you literally could not believe you were meeting.
Okay.
And it's, I think she kind of rips a vocal. We're going back to 1987 Arista Records from her self-titled sophomore album. Yeah, oh yeah, you know that one, don't you? Esther, please introduce.
Oh, I wanna dance with somebody. I wanna feel the heat with somebody. Whitney Houston.
Get ready for the big vocals. So you're doing all the stuff in the house, you're watching Soul Train, you're singing, you're dancing, you're playing. Was there a moment where you thought, or did someone give you that moment where you were like, you have an amazing voice, you need to use this professionally and this is like your time? Did you have that, or did you just have that self-belief? What was it?
So the way that we're brought up is very humbling. You're not necessarily praised about your voice or anything like that. It's kind of you get up and you sing a song, and you're not looking for that accolade because you're singing for a different purpose. So we've never looked at ourselves like, oh, we're great singers, or we can do this, we can do that. It was more, it's just the enjoyment. But no one's ever sort of patted us on the back and said, you can do this, you can achieve that. It's definitely not.
You know what? If anything, my mum was very much
Negative.
I wouldn't have said that.
It was a no.
No, my mum was very much, you need to get a
Grounded.
job. You need to make sure
You need to pay your
finish,
bills.
Yeah, you finish school and you make sure you can get a job. She wasn't hearing anything about singing. There was no, I want to be a singer in the house.
Education.
It was education. So
And I think that's very like prevalent from the backgrounds that we're from. I've got a Caribbean background as well, and to tell my mum I'm going to be a DJ,
yeah. That ain't really flying.
no,
You say what?
it ain't happening.
You say who?
It just is like, oh,
Where you book? Why?
so you had those conversations as well.
Yeah.
But it all came good.
It did.
Was there a moment where you were like, okay, we're actually really doing this? What was that moment?
It wasn't. I would say it was when Stay was released. I would say for myself, because even the run up to it, the rehearsals, the meeting different record companies, it was all exciting. But with that said, nothing's obviously happening yet. So it's when you hear Stay on the radio and you're just like, oh my God, that's us. That's us singing, and that's the work that we've just put in. And before you can actually enjoy it, you're on that roller coaster. So it's like, yeah, it's happened.
And I was going to say, when you first, do you remember the first time you heard yourself singing on the radio?
Yeah.
Do you remember where it was, or who it was, or when?
We were all together actually, listening to the countdown, and it was one of those things that you get 10. Okay, we must have bombed out because we missed the first.
Oh, it was the chart countdown.
It was the
Yes.
chart countdown
Okay,
on
so
radio.
We're going back.
Was this like Radio 1 Capital?
One of those.
Right.
It was one of those, and it was like the countdown, and we missed the first bit because we were racing, and we go, oh damn! But we were going, okay, so maybe we haven't gone yet. Then it went 10. We went 9, still no. 8, 7. I think we came in at number 4, and we were like, ah! But literally, it just kicked off. It was massive. Definitely a memory that will stick with me for the rest of my life.
Well, we got a few memories we're going to share after this.
This is my soul.
And you're talking about the power of a woman back then, and now it's become such a
Anthem.
big thing, hasn't it? It really has. You was way ahead of your time.
We really were. I think that was a really powerful song as well, because it was the first song of the second album. And when you've had such a big hit with album number 1, it's like people go, yeah, what are they going to do for the album number 2? Are they really going to bring it? And actually, that was a massive hit for us as well, and it just launched us into the second album and thereafter. Major.
And I looked at the songwriters behind this song, Power of a Woman, that is.
Yeah.
And I was like, you got some proper people involved.
Hitters.
Charlie Wilson's brother? Come on. That's a maneuver. That is a big... Gap Band is in the house?
We had some
Really?
great A&R people working with us and around us, so we've had an amazing team which has helped us with our albums. And it just, as Vernie said, it just escalated. It got better and better and better. Every song, it was stronger and stronger and stronger until our I Want to Be the Only One.
Big hit.
Which we will discuss in a few minutes' time.
I'm
But
jumping ahead.
That was unbelievable. But, you know, I just want to talk a little bit more, you know, the team. Who was the team? Because I mentioned Ronnie Wilson, but who was the rest of the team?
Well, you have Dennis. Dennis is a great R&R, A&R guy. He used to travel around the country a lot into LA. Used to love going there. And just picking up songs and bringing them back. And he really was quite good at actually hearing a hit the first time and bringing it to us. Because sometimes people can give us songs and go, no. Every time Dennis gave us a song, we was like, we love it. He's really, really good at that job.
So he had an ear that was tuned into what you guys actually wanted then.
Yeah.
And did you ever get a song that you were like, yeah, I don't know, and then you went, oh my God, it's massive? Did you have a moment like that?
Yeah, definitely. I don't know what artist doesn't, to be fair.
So out of all of the songs that you were like, oh, I really don't like this record, I'm going to do it anyway just because, and then it turns into a massive hit.
Yes.
Which was that song for you? Come on, fess up. There has to be one. There's always one, isn't there?
Yeah, but it's like, do you really want to out us like that?
I don't want to take the shine
Yeah,
off
we're
our
not going to
fans.
say.
Listen.
We're not going to say.
Listen, I think the beautiful thing is, no matter whether you like the song to begin with or not, you went in the studio and nailed it.
Yeah.
And then you went out there and nailed it again.
Like, you're trying to work brain. You're trying to. It's
he's
not
trying
gonna,
to, he's
yeah.
trying to tweeze that secret.
You know what it is? For me, it's the funny stories, because you hear those funny stories and you think, there's other artists out there you've heard about, you know, where you go, that was your biggest song ever. SWV. They didn't like Right Here.
Tina Turner. What's
Tina-
Love Got to Do
There
with
you
It?
go.
That's amazing.
Another crazy song.
Yeah.
And you think, how
You're
does she
allowing
not
him
like
to draw
it?
you in.
I know what
drawing
he's
you
trying
in.
to do here.
But it's part of history, isn't it? You've got to kind of embrace it, really.
He wants us to reveal history.
You're good though, you know. You're good.
I want those stories. I want some funny stories. I want those moments, because that's our history. We need to celebrate it.
Oh dear.
Another question for you.
Go on.
You've worked with some amazing artists over the years. Was there anyone who you would really, really like to work with that's still with us now? I know you was a Whitney fan, but we can't do that anymore. But is there anyone out there now that you go, I would literally bite their hand off to work with them right now?
Do you have one single person? Because I just think there are
There's
so
so
many
many.
different artists.
Well,
there.
give me a few then.
John Legend.
Oh yeah.
That would be great.
Oh, I saw that.
Dave Hollister,
Oh my God.
Sting.
Stop. You said the magic word. Oh. Dave Hollister. Oh my God.
Massive, isn't it?
That guy could sing the Yellow Pages to me and I'd buy it.
See?
He's like one of my guys.
Oh,
I mean, I absolutely adore that guy's voice.
massive.
Is it Isley Brothers? What's the one?
Ron?
Did that one with did that one with
Kelly Price.
Kelly Price.
Oh.
Love to do something like that. Yeah, there's loads.
Okay, we're going to play the next song, which ended up getting covered by Monica in 1999. Before I play it, though, how does that feel like to have a hit single and then a couple of years later someone releases it in America and has another hit single?
It's cool. It just shows you how big a song it was. Yeah, we remember doing it. We only got licensed to do that, though, in the territories that we released it. We didn't get licensed to do it in America, so that's why it was available there. So there is your history.
Politics.
Yeah, it was a little bit, actually.
Wow. Okay, we're going to take a short break and we're going to come back with a little bit more from Eternal after this.
This is My Soul.
My Soul.
And it's the Country Guru Show, a very different Catch a Groove show to normal. Special guest in the studio tonight, Eternal.
Good evening.
Got the sisters in the building, giving me all the stories, all the gossip. Not. We're having a lot of fun though. And listen, this song now, I think written by Rhett Lawrence, right?
Yeah.
Who I think did Mariah Carey's Visions of Love.
He's done a number of.
He's done a lot of records.
Blown up.
It became a cover version by Monica as well, which a great version. They did a good job though.
Yeah, she's done amazing. Yeah,
And she's a wonderful singer.
exactly.
So listen, you've collaborated with a lot of people.
Yes.
Who in your opinion is your favorite collaboration, or who do you love working with? Because whilst you might have a lot of success with someone, it doesn't mean to say that you actually love working with them. It might be someone else that you go, I love going in the studio with this person.
Well, we went in the studio with Ronnie and Dennis a lot, but also actually thoroughly enjoyed working with them because they're just mad funny. It wasn't studio time. We're jamming all the time, aren't we?
Yeah.
And it's more downtime. They made it very fun to actually
Bennett, they were
record.
the first sort of set of producers that we worked with consistently, so it felt like we were growing with them as well because they were quite new producers at the time.
Yes.
So that was a great package to put us together. Yeah, a great match to put us together growing.
And a match I heard about, which I was like, okay, I never saw that one coming. I didn't know about this until recently. You performed for the Pope.
Yes.
What? Hello?
How does that happen?
There's an old, I don't know if you probably heard it. It's harder to get an audience with the Pope. Like, seriously, how did you get an audience with the Pope?
I don't even remember how that came about. Do you remember how it came about, Es? No, but it was great meeting him. There's pictures of us actually getting to meet, and he actually gave us like a gift, like a rosary, beads and stuff that I've still got.
Wow.
Yeah.
And do you remember the performance? How did you feel about it? Were you nervous? Like, was it?
We did I Am Blessed. That was the song that we actually sang, so it was pretty apt for the audience that we had.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah, the occasion. And it was amazing. Yeah.
You weren't nervous at all? Because I don't know, for me, I'd be a quivering mess.
I'd say we definitely was. And I know the same as how I felt meeting Whitney, it was the same for Dennis, our manager at the time, meeting the Pope, being Catholic himself. And again, the experience was us sort of pushing him forward because it was an amazing day for him, an experience. So we were in awe of how he was feeling and how gratified that he was to have this occasion of being in this position. Music takes you to so many different places and gives you so many different opportunities, and it's nice that it can do that not just for ourselves but the people around us as well, and even family, dragging them along to different occasions and events and things that we're doing. So it was nice to see how it touched his heart.
And we're coming on to that,
performing
live and all that stuff. You have a live show coming up soon.
Yes, Scala on the 30th.
Talk to us.
So when we met you first, you were like, how you feeling, girls? And I'm like biting my nails, and you're like, you nervous? Hell yeah, we're nervous.
Yeah.
It's been a while since we performed, and I know for yourself, you're like, yeah, but you guys have got it, and yeah, but it's kind of like when you've got off that treadmill, it's getting back onto it, and it's getting back into that rhythm of things.
I think we don't want to. There's also there's also the expectations of our fans as well, and we know that what we did, was it 30 odd years ago, whatever. They're coming fresh and going, girls, show us what you've got. So there is a little bit of nerves there, and we don't want to disappoint anyone. So, yeah.
Listen, I'm not a singer. If I was to give you any advice, I'd say just go out there and enjoy it, because I'm pretty sure your fans will have an absolute blast regardless. I'm pretty sure they are there to support you, which is what they've always done.
Yeah, exactly.
You have some pretty hardcore fans.
Yeah, very supportive.
We do.
Yeah.
Like the amount of fan pages you've got, crazy.
I struggle to keep up myself. like, yes. Yeah.
Talking about, live in the studio stuff, what do you actually prefer doing? Do you prefer performing live, or do you prefer the studio? What's your preference?
I'm going to say studio, but only because that's the creative moment. You really get to spend time on your art, crafting it, getting it ready for the fans to actually hear something new. I love doing harmonies. That's like my favourite bit, and spending time layering it, and really, it's the creative part of making music. So
I'm the opposite.
Do you know what? I had a funny feeling, because let's break this down off air. We've had a few conversations, and I've established that Vernie, you're very much an introvert.
Yes.
You like things
I'm kinda
quite
calm.
chilled and quite calm, whereas Esther,
Bam, bam.
You're-
Flintstones.
you're Sagittarian like myself.
That's right.
You like the crazy life.
That's right.
You like the excitement, the hype.
Flip it up, man. Flip it up. Give it to me.
So for you, when you walk out on stage and the lights are going and the fans are screaming, and you hit that first,
I'm
big
floating,
note,
mate.
and you absolutely in your element.
Yeah, I'm floating. When I'm hitting my notes, I'm just somewhere else. I love that feeling. I love the response that comes back from singing. It just makes you feel good. It makes you want to give more and give more and give more. You know, they're there for us, so I want to be there for them. I want to give them everything and more. So that's my element of, I find studio very restrictive. And Esther, you've got to sing it smooth at the beginning. You've got to be very calm. And I'm like, that's just boring, mate. I just want to lick that note. Give me the note. And I can do that in the studio because there's no one telling me what I can and can't do, or pausing the tape and rewinding it. So yeah, that's my moment.
And what do you prefer? Do you prefer the down tempos, the mid tempos, the up tempos? Where's your moment?
I don't mind either. I mean, the ballads show off my voice, yes, but I'm in it for everything, as long as I can be live.
Can I assume that, Vernie, you like the more down tempos and the mid tempos?
Yeah, I would probably, because the harmonies become more oohs and ahs, and yeah, a lot more fun to sing.
Okay. Now, I want to take you back again, but before we do that, I just want to talk about a little something that I saw recently online. It kind of blew me away a little bit. So when you girls first came around, a lot of people compared you to En Vogue.
Yeah.
You're like the British En Vogue.
Yes.
Yeah.
And I saw this online post from Dawn Richards from En Vogue, and she talked about living out the back of her car.
Yeah, it was deep.
And have you seen it?
I
Yeah.
have actually, yeah.
I don't know.
I don't know how she got to that stage, though. That's the bit that I wasn't.
But
it's deep.
When you really listen to it, it felt like she chose that.
Yeah.
And I was trying to
It's like
figure
she's
out.
on a journey, doesn't it?
Yeah, I was trying to figure out, like, why would you choose that? But I guess she must have her reasons. Artists experience some incredible highs and some, obviously in her case, some very maybe painful lows as well. How do you cope with going from doing all those crazy things to being a bit more like regular life? How do you deal with that? Because you're about to go back on stage to thousands of fans, and then you're gonna go back to doing
Being
life
mums,
again.
yeah.
Being
that's-
mums, yeah.
I think family. It's all about family, all about keeping that consistent. I know a lot of people get into the business and they get kind of swept away with the whole fame thing, and they make new friends, and when that all falls away, the new friends fall away as well. It's really important to keep your friendship groups that you grew up in, your family close by, and don't drop that. I will forever drop music before I drop my friends and my family. That comes first, always.
And if I was to ask you, if you're an up-and-coming artist, what advice would you give to either yourself from back then, or would you give to someone like you now that would help them on their journey?
Keep at it. It's not always about talent. It's about persistence and a drive to succeed. You've got loads of singers out there, and you look at some singers, you go, why are they not successful? Sometimes it's about having a sparkle as well. It's not always about singing. There is a whole package that you've got to pull together, and a new artist has just got to think about, I've got to have a whole package. It's just not about the vocal, it's about how you look, it's about how you present yourself, and persistence is the key, really is.
Do you like the way she said that? And persistence.
Because it is so much.
Do you see how she said that?
Some people fall away way before they even get close to success, because they're just like, the knocks are so hard. And in this industry, when someone says they don't like something, it's personal, because it's my vocal, so it's me. But don't take it personally. Go do what you need to do. Go hone your skill and come back again. It really is persistence.
Okay, before we play the last record, which I've queued up, waiting, to go. I just want to ask you something. There's a lot of conversation now in obviously online, because that's the world we're living in now, where they're talking about how artists and songwriters are being treated unfairly by publishers and labels and stuff like that. Now, I know you studied law.
Not music law, though.
Not music law.
No.
But, you've been around the industry, and obviously, Esther, you songwriter, singer, and you're still out there doing your thing. What would you say is the best way for an artist to protect themselves these days?
How would they protect themselves? Get registered with all the various different societies. That's key, because that's how you're going to bring back in that income. A lot of artists don't actually key themselves up with how does their music make money, and how to get that money in. They allow other people to do that. You can do that, but no. Start learning your craft. It's not just about what you do on stage, it's what happens off stage that's going to, launch you to the next stage and make you secure and financially secure. Yeah. So you've got to learn the back end as well.
Was there anything like that back in the day when you guys were coming through, where they give you the understanding of how publishing mechanical works? None of that. So did you kind of learn it on the fly, or you found out down the line?
We left that. When we were growing, when we started in the business in our teens, we left that to somebody else.
Right.
And I don't advise you to do that. You've got to get stuck in, get learning the same way that you're learning how to write a song. Learn how mechanics work. Learn how you've got to get PPL on. You've got to get PRS on. You get all registered.
Okay. All right. Before I play the song, I've got a quick Q&A for you. We're going to call this one Always and Forever. You have to choose one or the other. You ready?
Oh, okay.
So, okay. Luther Vandross or Lionel Richie?
Luther.
Both Luther?
Luther.
Okay.
Luther.
Oh, okay.
En Vogue or SWV?
On Vogue.
Yeah, me too.
And D'Angelo or Maxwell?
Oh.
That's wrong.
I know. That's me all over, though.
Yeah, I was going to say D'Angelo as well.
Wow.
Really? Both gone D'Angelo? You're not going to split the vote?
No. Well, you're saying we have to go with one or the other.
Yeah, you can choose. You can
Shall we
vote.
choose-
You
Do you
choose
know
one,
what?
I choose one.
Okay, which one you going?
D'Angelo.
Maxwell.
There you
Okay.
go.
Prince or Michael Jackson?
Oh no. Oh, that's a hard. Oh no, that's a dirty.
That's me
They
all
both
over.
got some great tunes.
I'm gonna. Oh no.
I think I'll go with Prince, maybe.
I was gonna say that, but that one's still hard. All right, let's split it. I'm gonna split Michael.
Okay.
Yeah,
And the final one for today. Stevie Wonder or Ray Charles?
Stevie.
He's so wrong. This smirk
That was
face.
easy.
So wrong, but so right.
Yeah, Stevie. Yeah. Wow. Okay. I'll go Ray Charles then.
Girls, thank you very much for coming in tonight.
Thanks for having
It's been
me.
an
Thank
absolute
you.
pleasure. I'm so looking forward to Scala.
Yeah.
I think you're going to have an incredible show. I think the fans are well and truly up for this one. And it's the rare thing is I play out at all kinds of different things, and rarely do I get people calling me saying, "Oh my God, you're doing that. Can you get me tickets?"
Ain't no mate rates here.
People that I've not spoken to in years.
I'm popping out of the woodwork.
I'm telling you. I'm telling you.
Get your own tickets.
Exactly, go buy them. 1997, the biggest song in the whole of Europe. Many thanks to Eternal for coming in. Looking forward to seeing them in April.